Alright, guys, so Batman the Animated Series, Episode 2 on Leather Wings. This was one of my. It came to me, I haven't seen it for decades. It came to me like a snap of a finger. Such um, a beautiful, episode in all of the aspects because first of all, the story. I mean, Batman versus a giant bat, literally, and that the police was misunderstanding what they were seeing and what was reality, which is a common theme in Batman lore, and the fact that Batman has to do detective work before facing his foe, his enemy. So and yeah, I liked everything. I like the team that Bruce Wayne in person had to go. Well, the first, let's just do that in order. The first scene that Batman goes into Phoenix Pharmaceuticals and goes through the crime scene, and he finds the tape recorder that the security agent was recording, and you hear that screech, that beast screech that I don't know how they achieved it, but it has a profound, unique sound and unique screech, and you were like, it is very unique, very, and again, this was for children, and it's fucking scary, and anyway, it was such a great, unique. I've never heard anything like this in any movies or TV series or media ever again. So it just goes to talk about the quality of the artists involved in the show. So again, another great artist who rose up in this episode was Shirley Walker with the music, because when Batman, of course, goes through the investigation, and Bruce Wayne alone goes to, of course, as himself, like, I think I have a bat problem, and he goes to the scientist, and the scientist thinks that, of course, very wrongly, that Bruce Wayne is just another, like everybody, is just another rich guy that doesn't understand nature. And I like all the Dr. March, I think, because it's not Dr. Landstrom, it's his, the proprietor, the boss of the place, and he's always angry, and he's always people doesn't don't understand bats, and we won't survive the next step of the evolution, but bats will, because they're survivors. And of course, that brought my mind directly to Batman 89 when Batman says to Vicky Vale, they're great survivors. And I think that was fucking genius. And the fact that the scientific team of Phoenix Pharmaceuticals was misleading Bruce, to say, oh, it's just brown bat problem, it's nothing out of the ordinary, they're just battling over a nest, and he says no. And Batman knows, because he goes to a superior computer, and he knows that this is no this is not a bat in the world makes that sound, and not a bat in not so it must be something else. And when he goes, I like that Dr. Landstrom just and it makes a commitment to having this kind of show, um, which you don't have a lot of time, so you have to be quick, but you can. I like how the animated series chose whether to go towards action or towards investigation or towards action or towards some of lengthy spaces of storytelling. So in that case, they chose action, which works great because once it all starts from the fight, Dr. Landstrom doesn't even hide who he is. He just takes the chemicals, and he sees Batman, and he just start to revel in his own persona, and the beast is gonna the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of transformation kind of discussion with Batman, and Batman has to go from one to the other, and gets honestly very kind of trashed. He gets kind of beaten up by Dr. Lance, by the beast, the giant bat, and at first, and all the action begins when he shoots his grappling hook against the giant bat leg, and he goes in the air, and, and from that point forward, anything goes. I mean, it is just sensational how the artists, again, with the shadows and the colors and the music, when he goes through the building and construction, and Batman is flying towards metal pillars. I mean, it is sensational. I mean, it is. I mean, a wrong move and he dies. One wrong move. These are these are metal pillars. There are thousands, thousands you go through at that speed. And it's crazy, and it is rendered even 30 years later. It is beautiful. Shorty Walker's orchestra did a wonderful job with the themes of the battle and the pursuit and the flying in the air for the last section of the episode. So, and at the end, Batman just bring it to the Batcave, and just all ravaged and hurt and bloody a little bit. And it's like he identifies all the chemicals, he suppresses it, and he brings the body back to his wife. And that's the episode. And that was grandiose. That was epic. So it just goes to show that there's nothing better than this series. Again, on Batman, good luck trying to find something better. So, anyway, that's episode 2 on Leather Wings. I mean, I of course I could go into meandering details of the giant bat that was supposed to be in the Red Book edition of Batman Forever with Val Kilmer, where he was seeing the giant bat in a vision, which was very true in aspect to the animated series, but they didn't. They chose to not show it, so it's a shame. But it's another thing that we shouldn't underestimate Val Kilmer's choice in portraying Batman in this movie, because I think, and I will always think, that he was offered a lot more than he got, and he signed for a project vision that was very different of what it ended up to be. So, but the animated series gave it to us. So again, that's just my short perspective on episode 2, and there's a lot more good juice to go through. I'm so glad I got to watch this again. It has a nostalgic feeling. It has just it's like a hot chocolate on a cold winter day. It's like it's smooth, it's comforting, it's flawless. It is just a beautiful thing to see, and with being obliged to watch Rings of Power, fucking bullshit. This is a great comfort. So thank you, Bruce Tim and Paul Dini and Shirley Walker and everyone who worked on this. So again, if you have never seen this series, don't underestimate all how what age you are or what kind of thing you like. If you're ever interested in the smallest thing Batman like, watch this. I'm telling you, your time will not be wasted. It is it is with the great ones. So thank you for watching, and till next time.